perfect time to have a garden. The heat is gone, there's no more humidity, and the mosquitoes are no longer around. I was very lucky and I did not get hit with the frost that a lot of you had in Zone 7. We got very close to having a frost. It got down to about 34 degrees, but a lot of the plants survived and they're still here to tell the tale. I still have some tomatoes and some peppers that are still producing, which is amazing. But I am also prepared with all of my fall weather crops. I have broccoli, cauliflower, and a lot of greens that are growing right now. Today I want to give you a quick tour of what the garden looks like right now, November 2nd, and what I am growing and what you could be growing as well. Just along the front, I am growing a crop of tatsoi, bok choy, and some Napa cabbages. These are very small right now, but they should get bigger as time progresses. My garlic has sprouted and is already growing, and maybe it is growing a little too much, but very soon I'm going to be adding leaf mulch on top of all this garlic. Somehow my San Marzano tomatoes are also still growing. Check out how many I have in the vine. And I was very hesitant. I did not cut the plants down because I thought maybe we can just squeeze right through, and I was right. There's ripe tomatoes on the vine right now, and the weather does not seem like it's going to drop below 32 degrees in the next 10 days. So it's going to be like November 15th before we see our first frost here in Northern Virginia, or at least in my area. I have plenty of kale so that I can eat all winter long. The kale here in Zone 7 survives the entire winter, and it actually tastes a lot sweeter during the winter months. This is red Russian kale, and I have been saving seed from this plant for many years. I bought the seeds from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, and they are an amazing variety. It lasts all the way through the winter here. I am also growing this beautiful Lacinato kale. Check out how much I have harvested from it. It has really long stems because I've been harvesting the outer leaves, and then I've been eating the ones from the sides here. And this is very delicious kale. Unfortunately, I am the only one in my household who eats kale, so it takes quite a bit of time to get through the kale. Along the side of this bed, I am growing some leeks, and in between I have other plantings here, and my elephant garlic is coming back up, so I'm happy about that. And believe it or not, I still have a zucchini plant, and there's a zucchini right there. The plants are not looking too good, and I harvested the last 3 or so zucchinis last week, so I probably will rip these out pretty soon. I have a lot of it here, and this one is even, I think I need to harvest this right away. I think it's going to flower soon. And check this one out. This one is actually blooming, so I definitely need to harvest this one. Check out these marigolds. They are still producing flowers, and they're producing pollen for the bumblebees. The bumblebees are still out, and it's crazy because it's November 2nd and they are out here collecting their food. Check out this bumblebee. It is finding its next meal. Let's pet it. Ooh, hello, Mr. Bee. I come in peace. I am even harvesting some mushrooms. I came out here today and I harvested some of these mushrooms. These are wine cap mushrooms, and you just put the spores into the wood chips and then you can grow the mushrooms. These are too big to harvest now, so we'll let them be so they can drop their spores and continue to reproduce. Check out the massive amount of food that I have growing right behind me. This is arugula, and right back there is a cabbage. I used to think that I did not like arugula, but arugula is super tasty when you grow it in the winter. The bitterness really almost goes away, and if you saute it, it goes away completely. There's also cherry tomatoes ripening on the vine in November. That's crazy. What about peppers? I still have a few peppers on the vine here, and they are ready to come inside anytime now. My fig tree is still producing, believe it or not. Here are some figs that are ready to pick. I can't believe it, but my fig tree is still producing figs, and I've been counting. I have probably gotten over 50 figs this year from this very small tree, and I started it from a cutting that my friend gave me in 2021. So this tree has grown about 10 feet in 18 months, just about. Check out the inside of this fig. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know the variety of this fig. I believe it's a Celeste, and my friend seems to believe this is a Celeste fig, but I don't really care what type it is because it's delicious and it produces here in my area. This was supposed to be my winter vegetable garden, and I've had mixed results. This year continues to be a curveball. I think I transplanted everything in here a bit too late, and they are not growing as fast as I want them to. So I think what's going to happen is that these will stay in the ground and they will grow in the spring when it starts to warm up. So I don't think I'll be eating too much from here. There's a lot of cabbages and broccolis in here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to harvest much of that. These are doing quite well. These are tatsoi, and they taste just like spinach, but they're so much easier to grow than spinach. And check out my red leaf lettuce. It's already going to seed, and I probably should rip this out and replace it with some newer ones. I have yellow tomatoes still growing, and check out how beautiful these look. I also have San Marzano tomatoes. Some of them are not good, like this one, but then there's plenty of good ones like this one. Check that out. I also have daikon radishes growing right here. Check this out. These are beautiful radishes, and they're gonna be ready to harvest maybe in another few weeks. I have mulch with some leaf litter on all of my beds, and check this out. There's a rogue potato growing here. I guess I didn't get this one when I dug them out in the spring. I had a lot of fun in the garden this year, and there's plenty to be grown and plenty to be harvested still in the garden. I am excited to put the greenhouse up and start growing some greens in there. There's a lot of greens in there that were self-sown from the spring growing. So I have a lot of turnip greens in there. I still have a lot of cayenne peppers, and I need to dig up all the sweet potatoes that are in that area. But last year I planted everything in the middle of November, and that still gave me a crop. So I'm hoping to be able to harvest all of that and do a video on how to plant out a greenhouse in the middle of November in Zone 7. If you liked this video and you found it useful, please hit the like button and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Prius Prime Guy. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I love the support on all of the platforms that you give me. See you on the next video.